Hey everyone, we're going to work on lesson 4, Add Mentally. It will be the lesson that has the trains on it. So for today's lesson of adding mentally, we're going to really be talking about a skill that many people use often, maybe from the store buying things, figuring out how much money you'd have, breaking numbers down to easier to add so they won't be as complex. Part of doing that is today we'll be using expanded form. So in the previous chapter, we spent a decent amount of time on expanded form. So it's breaking each part of the number down to its place value. So if we have 562, for expanded form would be 500 plus 60 plus 2. So we're going to be doing a lot of this breaking everything down by its place value today. So for example number 1, we have two trains. One has 151 seats and one has 128 seats. How many seats are all together? So we have 151 plus 128. So in 151, I have 100 plus 50 plus 1 is my expanded value. For 128, how many hundreds do I have? Well, I have 1 in the hundreds, so it's 100. For the tens, I have 2, so 2 tens would be 20. And in my ones, I have 1 8, so that just has a value of 8. So now that I have 151 and 128 to its place value, I add up each of the places. So 100 plus 100 is 200. 50 plus 20 more would be 70. 1 plus 8 more would be 9. So now that we have it by the hundreds, the tens, and the ones, we add up our 200 plus our 70 plus our 9 to get 279. So this shows us that 151 plus 128 equals 279. There are 279 seats in the two trains. All right, let's move to example 2, which shows us another strategy. So it is easy to make 100 from numbers that end in 98 or 99. So that will be a big part of what we're going to be doing here, is finding what hundreds it's closer to or what tens it's closer to. So we have 134 plus 99. We see that 99 is close to 100 if we add 1 more to 99, we get to 100. So I have 99 plus 1 more gives me 100. But what I do to one number, I have to do the opposite to the other addend. So I added 1 to 99. I have to take 1 away from 134. So 134 minus 1 is 133. So now I just have to add 133 plus 100. I have those two numbers, which are much easier to add. 133 plus 100 would just be 233. I just have to add my 200s, and then my 3 and my 3 stay the same. So there's my answer. All right, let's move to the next page. So make either add in a 10, such as 10, 20, 30. So we have a 0 in the ones place is really what we're trying to do here. So example 3, there are 37 students from grade 3A and 25 students from grade 3B on the bus. So I have 37 and 25. How many students are on the bus? We're going to use mental math to find 37 plus 25. So there's two ways we're going to do this 37 plus 25. We're going to look at one way. Change 25 to 30. So 25 plus 5 more would bring my 25 up to 30. But what I do to my second number, I have to do the opposite to my first. So 37 minus 5 gives me 32. And then next I have 25 plus 5 to give me 30. So now I can add 32 plus 30. 32 is how I changed my first number into, and then my second number turned into 30. So 32 plus 30 would equal 62. There are 62 students on the bus. Right. Another way is I can change my 37 into a 40. So to do that, I have to do 37 plus 3 more. I'm 3 away from 40. 37 plus 3 equals 40. And I have to do the opposite to 25. 25 minus 3, which would give me 22. So now I have 40 plus 22. So I add those up. 4 plus 2 is 6. 0 plus 2 is 2. I also get 62. There are 62 students on the bus. And if you look, no matter which method we use, we got the same answer. There were 62 students on the bus, no matter how we tried that. I can change 25 to 30 or 37 to 40. I get the same answer. All right, let's go through the guided practice. We're going to break these apart to add mentally, so that's that expanded form. So 79 has 70 plus 9, and 54 in my expanded form is 50 plus 4. So now that I broke these both down to their expanded form, I can add both their parts. So 9 plus 4 equals 13. And now I go 70 plus 50, so I add my zeros to get 0, and then 7 plus 5 gives me 12. So that gives me the number 120. So to add that up, I'm going to start with my ones value. 3 plus 0 equals 3. 2 plus 1 gives us 3. And then for my hundreds, 100 plus 0 hundreds is just 100. So 79 plus 54 was at 133. Just don't forget that when you have a number larger than 10, that you will have to kind of adjust your place values. All right, so for the next one, 68 is very close to 10, so 68 plus 2 gives me 10. What I do to one side, I have to do the opposite, so 64 minus 2 gives me 62. And then I go ahead and I just add those up. 62 plus 10, that's 0 plus 2 for my ones. My tens is 1 plus 6 to give me a 7, so my answer comes to 72. All right, let's go to the independent practice. I'll quickly get you started on this, but this is what you need to try on your own. So we have 46. We need to break that to its expanded form. What do we have? How many tens? How many ones? And then add that up going down to get your answer. Do the same thing for 4, 5, and 6. So now for 7 through 12, we're going to find the closest 10 or hundreds. So to do that, we're going to do 47 minus 1 and 99 plus 1 and add up those answers to get your final answer. So for 7, 8, and 9, they tell you what to add and subtract. But for 10, 11, and 12, you need to figure that out yourself. So what gives you 539 plus what gives you 540? Well, you're going to have to add some number. And whatever you add to one side, you have to just subtract the same number to the other opposite number. So add on one side, subtract on the other. Add on one side, subtract on the other. Remember, whatever you add has to be the same number that you subtract for the other add-in. And then finally, on the back, you do not need to do number 13, 14, 15, or 16, or 17. You do not have to do any of the ones in the back. You can if you want for more practice, but they're not required. All right, so that is lesson 4, add mentally. Remember, expanded form really helps in this lesson. Try your best. I know you got this. All right. Bye.